Visit abqrecycles.com for more information.
Thank you for joining us today as we talk about recycling. Here with me today is Jill Holbert from Solid Waste.
Hi.
And Rob Taylor from Friedman Recycling. Thank you both for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Jill, we want to talk a little bit about recycling. Can you tell us why recycling is so important?
Yeah, I mean, basically we want people to recycle because it takes that material, instead of going to the landfill, it goes to a factory that can make new products. So it's actually valuable material that's going back into the economy. It also saves energy. It takes less energy to manufacture products out of recycled goods than virgin goods. And it also creates jobs. When Friedman Recycling came to town, they brought work, they brought a construction project, they built a new facility. So all of those are reasons to recycle.
Oh, excellent. So lately I've been hearing a lot about 2 More Pounds. Can you tell us what this new 2 More Pounds campaign is all about?
So it's a campaign to get residents in Albuquerque to recycle 2 more pounds per household per week. Basically put 2 more pounds of recycling in your blue cart every week.
Okay. So what are some things that we can do to recycle additional 2 pounds? 2 pounds sounds like an awful lot.
Well, it's not if you if you look around your house. I think most people, I recycle out of my kitchen. I think it's really easy. A lot of people have kind of made a habit out of recycling their kitchen, you know, soda bottles, things like that. But if you look in other rooms of your house, your bathroom, your laundry room, your home office, there's recycling you can find there as well.
Really? What kind of materials in your bathroom, laundry room would
so in your bathroom it would be cosmetic packaging, shampoo bottles, conditioner bottles, hairspray, even the little toilet paper tube.
Okay.
When you're
the
done
little
with
brown roll?
Yeah, the little brown roll, that's recyclable too in the program. In your laundry room, you'll have liquid detergent bottles, you'll have fabric softener bottles, you'll have, if you use powdered detergent, you can have a cardboard box. So there's a lot of packaging that's in other rooms of your house.
Oh, that's good. Is there any other tips that we might use to recycle an additional 2 pounds?
Sure. So we talked about other rooms of your house, making it convenient and bringing in those recycling and putting those recyclables in your blue cart. Basically, look at each thing as you throw it in the trash. You know, does this need to go to the trash? And the trash is really your last option. So first, kind of have that conversation with yourself. Can I recycle this? Can it go in my blue cart, or do I have to throw it away? Also, when you're at the store, buy materials that are recyclable. Buy packaging that's recyclable, and you can make that choice up front when you purchase it. And then you know when you get it home and use it up, you can recycle the packaging rather than buying something you know is going to end up in the trash eventually.
That makes it pretty easy. And I guess when you put it that way, 2 pounds is a little bit more manageable for us individually. How much are we hoping to collect in this new, with this new campaign? Yeah,
so the 2 pounds is per household per week, which I think is manageable. But as altogether, our target is 3,200 tons per month. And I know that sounds like a lot. We don't want to just go out there and tell everybody we need to recycle 3,200 tons because everybody I think would say, well, how do I do that?
They give up.
Yeah, they give up. But if you can say, hey, I just need to recycle 2 more pounds and do my part, then the whole city will reach our 3,200 tons per month goal. And we have reached it recently in July. We just hit it in July. So we just, everybody needs to continue to do their part, and we'll reach that goal every month.
Well, congratulations on reaching your goal.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, Rob, we've heard a lot of things that can go into these blue carts. Is there anything that you don't want to see in these carts?
Well, yeah, we'd like to be all things to everyone at Friedman Recycling, but we are limited by our capacities and our equipment and the program that we set up with the blue carts in the city of Albuquerque. So we have what we call the dirty dozen, things that we'd like to not see in the blue bins. The first thing are plastic bags. It's nice to, obviously they're recyclable, but in our environment they wrap on our screens, and they just are inherently in the way when it comes to sorting this material.
What can people do with these rather than putting them in the blue carts?
So if you take the bags to local vendors that actually collect them in the front end of their stores, they'll keep them clean, which makes it a lot easier to repurpose them, and they collect them there. So we can keep them and repurpose them that way.
Okay. What else do you not want to see?
So another thing is we don't want you to bag the material. So the blue bins are set up to where you can put the material in the blue bin loose. It's easier to separate and process at the plant when it's loose. So keep those out of bags also. And then the shredded paper. If you have loose shredded paper, it's hard to capture. It's too small for the system. So if you can take your shredded paper and put it in a clear bag, we'll capture that and be able to recycle it.
So I know, and this is the one thing that we ask for people to put in bags. It's kind of funny. We run around and say no bags, no bags, no bags. But when you have shredded paper, put it in a
bags
clear
for
plastic
shredded.
bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can see it in the bag, that it's got the shredded paper in it, and we can capture it and get it out of the stream. Styrofoam, too light and hard to capture, so we keep styrofoam out of the blue bins also. The next is glass. The city's got 19 sites, community drop-off sites in town where they can take the glass, keep it clean, keep it separate from the single stream environment, and keep it out of the blue bins. That way we can actually clean it up and reuse it and repurpose it.
So glass, we get questions all the time about glass. Why not glass?
Glass, once it's put in the Packer trucks, brought to the plant, put all the equipment, it's crushed and broken, too small. It's like confetti then. It's really hard to manage.
Okay.
It gets inherently dirty, and then it's really hard to repurpose it. So if you can keep it clean and separate, it's a lot more manageable, and there's a lot more opportunities to reuse it.
So take the glass to the city
To the
drop-off site.
drop-offs. And, you know, we have a concern as we're the collection agency, the city is, and we have a concern about the safety of our workers around broken glass. I know Friedman has the same issues. You know, there's people involved in this process. It's not all automated. It's not all, you know, mechanical. There are people. So we want to make sure our workers are safe, and the broken glass can be a hazard to them.
Very much so. The next thing is garden hoses. Garden hoses are what we call wrappables, extension cords, those type of things that get into the equipment and wrap up, and that are detrimental to the way the sort process works too. So we like to see those things, instead of putting in the blue bins, that go into your waste bin into the landfill. After that, you know, hazardous waste, household chemicals. Jill talked about having employees that are touching these things every day around any type of chemicals that are going to be detrimental to them. We'd rather have that kept out of the blue bins and taken to ACT where they can properly dispose of it and recycle it there. Green waste. You know, grass, everybody's mowing the grass nowadays, trimming the bushes with all the rain we've had. Green waste needs to be composted. We don't do any composting at the facility, so if you can keep that separate, I believe 311 they can call a couple times a year.
Yeah, we have a separate collection for yard waste from all our households twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. And that's a great opportunity to segregate that material and actually get it chipped up or composted through the city's program. But at Friedman, they don't do that type of recycling.
And I'm sure viewers can check the website for compost dates as well.
Sure.
Okay.
Next thing on the dirty dozen is batteries. So car batteries, those type of things. Obviously, once again, it's a safety issue for our employees, so we keep those out of the blue bin. You know, the big lead car batteries people can take to local metal recyclers. They'll actually purchase those and recycle the lead out of that. The smaller electronic batteries can be taken to, there's various vendors throughout town, resale stores that will take those and recycle those for you.
Or ACT will take those as well.
ACT as well.
ACT is the contractor to the city for household toxics.
Okay. Can they call 311 to get
311
information?
can get information to them about ACT.
Excellent.
We encourage them to use pots and pans type household metals that they can put into the blue bin. But we'd like for them to stay away from sharp metal objects. Once again, it's a safety issue for the employees. I'd like to make sure that anything that's sharp we keep out of the blue bins. And also pressurized vessels. You know, I realize they're a metal can, but the issue with them being pressurized creates a very serious safety issue for our employees. So those things, you know, your propane cans, your helium cans, those type of things we want to keep out of the
Would that be
stream.
like aerosol cans as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we don't want those in our trucks either. I mean, same safety issue. We don't want to compact those and have those explode.
ACT again for those kind of things?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Our propane vendors in town will take actually propane tanks back.
Oh,
so.
right.
And then textiles and clothing. Once again, those are wrappables. They are detrimental to the equipment, the way that it sorts. And also, there's really no market for dirty clothes. So if we can take those and maybe donate them to a local charity and get them to be repurposed that way, would be the best.
That sounds better.
Yeah.
Better than trying to throw it. All right. So, burning question that I have. What happens to the material after we drop it in our blue cart and after it goes to Friedman? And what does it become?
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I was going to say, so the plastics I think are one of the most interesting things. Okay. So a water bottle could turn into a fleece vest, you know, or fiberfill for a pillow or for a sleeping bag or for a winter jacket. And I think people just are surprised to learn that that's what happens. It can also be turned into a plastic bottle, but there's just a lot of opportunity for manufacturers to manufacture new products out of this.
So when people put their water bottles in their blue cart, now they know that it can have life as something else eventually. Oh, that's interesting. Any other interesting items? Is it what they might become?
Well, the aluminum cans obviously are going to come back and be smelted and turn into aluminum again. Tin, lots of different metal things are made from the tin cans. The fiber obviously will be pulped and made back into more cardboard boxes, so they'll put more TVs in them and bring them back to us and keep that cycle, you know, the chasing arrow cycle, just reusing the material.
Excellent. Now that you mentioned chasing arrows, how can I locate those chasing arrows anywhere on the material to make sure that it is recyclable?
Yeah, I get that question. What do you mean by chasing arrows?
Yeah.
And we talk about them all the time. But if you look at the bottom of a container, so a bottle or a jar or a tub, a yogurt tub or something, on the very bottom usually, sometimes on the bottom edge, it'll have 3 arrows in a triangle that are going around,
Okay.
and a number 1 through 7 inside that.
And we take all of those.
We
through
take
this
1
program.
through 7.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you for watching today. Thank you both for joining us. And please continue to recycle 2 more pounds each week. For more information on how you can make recycling a habit and how you can increase your recycling, please visit 2morepounds.com.
We want to encourage Albuquerque residents to increase recycling in their homes by 2 pounds each week. Recycle in every room of the house. Give us 2 more pounds, ABQ.